guys, it's Hot Mess Mama. I'm coming to you live. Surprise, surprise. It's that time of the week. It's Wednesday. Woo woo, Wednesday. It is, I don't even know what day it is. What day is it today? It is Wednesday the 25th of April. So today I want to talk a little bit about Disney hacks. I'm asking kind of for your advice because here's my situation. I know that you guys probably been watching my Facebook Lives about, I did one last week about how my husband got laid off. So what a better way to celebrate a layoff when my husband now has all of this free time on his hands and we've got, you know, we can drive there and we can use hotel points. We can go to Disney, right? We're going to go to Disney Orlando, Disney World, but we haven't told our kids yet. We haven't told our kids. We're literally going to wake them up at 5 o'clock in the morning, dump them in the car, give them candy and movies for a 10-hour drive to Orlando, and not tell them until we get there. That's our tip, because I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to hear 10 hours of, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So that's the plan. So I was like, last time I was at Disney was probably about 3 years ago. 3 years ago, when my son was just about 3 years old. So lots of stuff has changed over at the park since then. And when I was working corporate America and doing corporate events, I used to buy out the parks, and I used to do events at the parks and buy a gazillion tickets for the parks for, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, all of those experiences, the water parks, you name it, we did it. But things have changed. When I was in corporate America, I wasn't toting around a bunch of kids. And now lots of things have changed. The parks, the activities, the attractions, the regulations, all sorts of stuff has changed. So now I kind of feel like a newbie again. I feel like there's so much that's changed that I need to learn so that I can make the best use of our time there, because we're only going to be there. We're only going to be in Orlando for a few days. So we're going to go and do we're going to have a day at Animal Kingdom and then a day at Magic Kingdom, because that's probably the best parks for the kids of my age group. Okay, so we're talking my son who's 6 and my daughter who's going to be about 3 years old. We're also going to be going there to celebrate her birthday. She's going to be turning 3. Now, here's a really good tip for y'all if you don't already know this. Kids are free at Disney. They're free to get in. They're free to go on the rides. They are free to eat until they're 3 years old. So you better bet your bottom dollar we are going to be going to those parks before she turns 3 years old so that we can take advantage of her free ride. But then we'll be celebrating her birthday and, coming home. So after she turns 3. So that's my number one tip from Disney, right? But now I was I'm going to do some research. I'm going to go online. I'm going to Google. I'm going to talk to some moms. I'm going to talk to some parents. I'm going to talk to some of the Disney vacation planners. There's a lot of really good resources out there. It's Disney vacation planners. They're authorized by Disney, and they're people that probably are in your neighborhoods and in your cities and towns that can help you plan these events your trips. The thing with that is that I caution you is that they say that they're free, and they truly are, but they can really only help you because they only get commissions if you book hotels with them, and I think it's 5 nights, or if you buy tickets with them, which is a minimum of 3 tickets. So unless you're doing that, they're not truly free, and they really can't help you a whole lot. But I was really fortunate because I talked to some here in my town of Greenville, and they're I know that you don't fit the criteria, but let me, I'm not going to turn you away. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. And they gave me some tips and tricks, and were really, really super helpful. So I will put their contact information in the comments here to give them big old kudos, because they were really, really helpful, and I love them to pieces, and they're going to make this experience really awesome. So I'm sorry I'm talking really fast too, because remember I said I have not told the children that we're going, right? My son is going to be walking in the door from school at any minute now, so I might have to hang up. So just note that I have some tips and I have some tricks, and I'm going to talk about some of them here, and others I'm going to put in my blog, which I will I will post here on Facebook Live. So if I get cut off, you know why. But I want your ideas. What were the gems that you took home that you're oh, I will never do that again. That was a bad idea. Or heck yeah, why didn't I do that, right? So, I've got tons of stuff, tons of ideas that are park specific or just in general. Now we're talking Disney World. We're not talking Disneyland. So we're talking Florida. Okay, so number one, I'm all of a sudden now in charge of 2 littles. Before, last time I went with my son, it was just 1, and it's easy enough. But now I've got a 6-year-old and an almost 3-year-old, and they're gonna be tearing up the place, right? So I'm kind of worried about I don't want to leash them, but I understand the concept. I just don't want to do it myself personally. So I was thinking security reasons. What can I do to make sure that my kids are secure? And so one of the hacks that I saw was they say the day that you go into the park, take a picture of your kids, like, in front of the castle or whatever, so that in the event you do get lost and you have to go do an Amber Alert, you have a picture of them, not only what they look like, but the exact outfits that they're wearing the day that they're in that park. The other thing I saw was that they made little bracelets. You know those little beads that they have the little letters on them, that they make a little bracelet there that has like your phone number on it, so that your kids can wear this little beaded bracelet that has your phone number on it if you get lost. But you know what? My kids are going to tear that bracelet off. Other tip was to get a Sharpie and write like the mom's name and your mom's phone number on their arm, just so guaranteed it won't fall off, won't get lost, and eventually it'll come off. But I thought that was a good tip too. Other thing that I wanted to talk about was autographs. Okay, when I used to do these events for corporate America, sometimes they would bring their families, and they would come and all the kids, like the biggest, like they didn't want the big expensive gifts. They wanted all of the characters to sign their autograph books, right? So you can go into the parks and you can buy the books and you can buy the pens. The pens will probably cost you $5. The autograph book's probably another $5. That's a lot of cash for a book that they're going to use one day in a park for signatures, right? So I have made it a habit to, but the characters really, it's very hard for them to see in their costumes. So they've recommended that you either give them a Sharpie or like one of the really giant jumbo size pens. So that they can, because they have those mitts on their hands, so it's kind of hard for them to write. So they say to get big pens or like big Sharpies, and then just bring your own book, right? It doesn't have to be a Disney book. It could be any kind of book, right? So I just went to Walmart, surprise, got myself a little one of these books. It was probably about $1, and then I went to the dollar store and found one of these, and it's even a Disney pen. It's a Disney pen, and so then I'm gonna put I have one for my daughter, I have one for my son, and we'll go and we'll be able to, get autographs. And if you can't get autographs from some of these characters, you just need to find a cast member, and a cast member will help you. So that's another trick. My daughter is here watching Pinkalicious in the background, but Zana, you need to get down because Mommy's doing something important. Okay, come over here. All right, we're gonna try to put your Nabby over here. Come get your Nabby. Okay, so that's another thing. So then there's the Fast Pass thing, right? You know about Fast Passes? So once you buy your tickets, you can go and get a Fast Pass. And a Fast Pass, basically, you're allowed to get you can basically reserve 3 rides in a day. So you go and you reserve okay, I want to go on Space Mountain at 9 o'clock. I want to go on the, Thunder Mountain at 10 o'clock or whatever, but you can only do 3 at a time. And so you have to be really strategic about it. So you have to be okay, I know these rides are next to each other, so I should probably book those back to back, or wait, I'm going to need to plan enough time to get from this one to that one, or these are the times that these rides are really popular. Maybe I should pick the time slots where they're more busy, if that makes sense. So there's a whole strategy to the fast passing. But then there's the ride swap, which I think is brilliant because I've got littles. So with ride swap, what that is if I'm understanding it correctly, is that basically you wait in line, like my husband and I will wait in line with our 2 kids, right? My husband will go with my son on the ride. My daughter is too small to go on the ride, so I had to wait back with her. And instead of me having to wait all the way through line again, my son and my husband get off the ride, and then my husband gets off. I go on the ride with my son, and he gets to ride it again a second time, which I think is pretty brilliant, because then both mom and dad have the opportunity to have the experience with the child, even though they have a little one in the background that can't ride. So I thought that was really brilliant. So Fast Passes, Rider Switch is what they call it. And then if you don't have it already, they have an app. It's called the My Disney Experience app, and it literally is a map of the park. And it if you get where is this? It will map where you are like a GPS and tell you how to walk there, on a map. It's awesome. And it'll also tell you what the wait times are on all the rides, and it'll help you book your fast passes, because once you use up the 3rd one, you can book more. It'll help you make dining reservations. It's awesome. It's a really awesome app. And I had it last time we were there, and I will definitely use that again. I thought that was awesome. What else did I? Bring a phone charger. We didn't bring a phone charger last time, and we ended up having to go all the way back to the hotel to get a phone charger to come back, because they don't even sell them in the parks. Or like a portable battery, a portable battery charger. That's another good one. Did you know that if you go in the single, if you're, how they have regular rider line and they have the single rider line? Sometimes if you go on the single rider line, that line is faster, which I thought was really brilliant too. I'm just thinking about how am I going to keep my kids entertained while they have to wait in those really long lines, right? Again, cast members. Everything I have read and everything I've been told is that be nice to the cast members, because if you're nice to them, you will be rewarded. And not to mention the fact, it's just nice to be nice to these people at Disney World. I mean, there's a whole aura. I think they pump something in the air that makes everybody just nice to each other. But a cast member can help you. If you need an autograph and Mickey's all the way down the park. You say, can you please help me? They will help you. You know, you say, hey, it's my birthday. They'll give you a birthday button, or they'll trade pins with you, or sometimes they'll help you get, on a ride faster. If you sit and talk with them about, where they're from and in their experience and such. They're lonely. They're kind of overlooked in the park. So when people take the time to speak with them, they really appreciate it. Always go left. I was reading that they're like, everyone, when they come into the park, the first thing they do is they go to the rides that are first at the front of the park. Go all the way to the back of the park and work your way forward, because that way you're going to be swimming against the crowds, so that way that you're not going to be having to wait in the lines that all the other people are in. And then they also say walk left, because it's nature that most people are right-handed and they walk to the right. And they said go the opposite, walk to the left. That way that there will be less crowds on that side, right? So I thought that was brilliant. Magic hours. If you stay at some of the Disney parks or the Disney hotels, there are certain days where certain parks you can get in 1 hour early and stay 2 hours later. And I know that sounds like a lot for kids our age, but when we took my son there when he was almost 3 years old, we got in at 7 o'clock in the morning with the early park entry, and we didn't leave until the park closed at like 2 in the morning. And my son stayed up for the whole thing. Candy will do that to you. Magic of Disney will do that to you. It was the best day of his life. So that was another really great tip that I had gotten. This is another one. It's Florida. It'll be hot, right? So did you know that you can buy a bottle of water for like $5 for a bottle? If you go up to any one of the counter service restaurants there, like the fast food counter service, and ask for a cup of water, they will give it to you for free. So why spend all the money on bottled water when you can go and just get one of those cups for free, right? And then maybe you bring in your own refillable bottle and you're fine, you're set for the whole day. And you can bring in your own food and stuff to the parks. They just ask that you bring it in a soft side cooler and everything. But if you go to Animal Kingdom, they don't want you to have straws because the straws can be dangerous to the animals. So yeah. I know that there's probably a million other things that I need to know. Oh, I have a question for you. Do you nap? Like a lot of people were saying, you know what we do? We go early in the morning. We go through the whole thing. There's a bunch of rides, and then around lunchtime we go back to the hotel and we relax for a while and take a nap, and then we go back later on to finish the day. I just kind of feel like if my kids took a nap in the middle of the day, there's no way we're going to make it back there, or it's just going to be a cluster. So the thought leaving, I feel like is just too disjointed. But maybe you have a different idea, or maybe you have a different experience or a different recommendation. So let me know what you think about that napping bit thing. What was it? Something else I was going to say. There's like a million things. So I'm going to type these up in my Facebook post, but I wanted to get your ideas. Yeah, I know, Aaron, right? Fast passes. They're awesome. I know. I don't know what we did without fast passes when we were growing up. I know that I have to worry about things like the fireworks shows and the parades and photo ops and the best times to go and where to eat and what to eat. Okay, my daughter, can you hear her? I pooped. I'm also gonna she's being potty trained right now, so I'm gonna be doing that at Disney World. Shouldn't that be fun? Oh, and then the whole stroller thing, did you know that you can this was a really great tip too, that you can go and on Amazon and order a cheap stroller and have it shipped for free to your hotel, and you'll have it there waiting for you, and then you don't have to bring a stroller, right? Or you don't have to rent a stroller. It'll be there waiting for you. And then at the end of the day, if it was like a $10 or $15 stroller, like an umbrella stroller, you just give it to another family that's there. Say, hey, here's your blessing for the day. I'm giving you another stroller. I thought that was really kind of great, a great way to kind of celebrate. So yeah, ponchos, that's another thing. And I need to know where can I get good souvenirs? What are the good insider tips? I found some of them, but not a whole lot. And I bet you that there's really good ones out there that you have, or you had a really great experience and how you did it. So like I said, I will be posting up some of these, but I would love to have your feedback and your expertise on this, because like I said, when I did it with one. Now I'm doing it with two, one of which is potty training. And I think she's probably dumping her poop right now in my bathtub. All right, gotta go. Wish me luck. Give me ideas, give me comments, hearts, loves, likes. I will send information, but I need it from you too. I'm desperate and I gotta do this fast. This is happening tomorrow. Bye guys.